Masechta bava basra daf chav ches amar aleph. It's a new pedic. Cheskes habatim. B'chlal, there's all types of chazaka. There's a chazaka that's there's a suffix. Who does it belong to? So you go back according to Cheskes Marakama.
What is
Cheskes Marakama means we go according to who the original owner was. If you have a suffix who it belongs to right now, you go according to what. That's one type of chazaka. Then you have another type of chazaka by metaltalin. That if you're holding on to it, you're muksik. So if somebody says it's his, this type of then is another chazaka by karka. In the karka, that's a kinyan chazaka. Here we're talking about somebody who tainas that he bought the field, and and he has a raya that the field and he says he lost the star. He's here 3 years, and that's why he doesn't have the star. And if it was your field, you should have been meicha till now. Okay, so that's the type of chazaka we're going to talk about today. Zog the Mishnah cheskes habatim. The chazaka of a house, in somebody that lives in a house, he's there for 3 years. Then you have these squatters, and I mean it happened in Florida also, many places. Here in New York also, somebody moved in, but this is I feel on our tainas. He's talking, we're here, nobody said nothing. It's ours. By unzer chazaka, you have to say you bought it. You totally lost the star. No, you can say you don't have to say nothing. I'm here, and then nobody said nothing. I'm a squatter, and you can't get me out. Okay, ches sabatim. There you go. Ches sabatim v'habiris v'hashichim v'hameores v'hashevachis. Ches sabatim meaning you're there in the house, using the house or the pits for water. It was v'habiris and the pits that you're using the water and the ditches and the caves. The cave is with a cover. V'hashevachis and the dovecotes where the birds are. The dovecotes, and the bathhouses. It's mine. I've been using it the whole time. Or no, it's just under the Zachen, but at Chazak he uses it every day. He took hold of a olive press and he uses it. He's using it the whole time. Ubeis hashlachin or Ubeis hashlachin, irrigated field that needs the water. It's not enough from the rain. So they had they had a teich, and then they had a whole bunch of ditches going into all the fields. That's a irrigated field. Okay, canal, ditches canals. Yeah, Avodim have a din like kakois, and therefore, and so to anything that gives off peiros constantly. So then chaskasam, the way to have a chazaka is shaloshanim miyom l'yom. Sometimes you don't need the full 3 years. These need full 3 years because these are items that are constantly used. It's not seasonal. It's the whole time. Zdei Habal is a field that lives off the rain. It's seasonal. It's not the whole time. So Cheskasa Shalishana Beinim Yom L'Yom. The Chazak is stuck at 3 years, but it's not a full 3 years. Rabbi Shmuel Leima Shleish Chadash Barishayna. The first year, you're going to have the last 3 months of the first year. Then Shleishim Achrena and the first 3 months of the last year, of the third year, and the middle of the year, and you have 12 months in the middle. So sometimes a chazaka of 3 years, 18 months. 3 months, it's seasonal. The last 3 months of the first year, 12 months in the middle, and the first 3 months of the last year. Rabbi Akiva, no, you don't even need 18 months. He says you can have Chodesh Barishayna, the last month of the first year, the Chodesh Ba'achrena, and the first month of the last year, Ushnei Masa Chodesh Ba'emtza, and the 12 months in the middle. Harei that's Harei B'Sachakal. It's a 14 Abba Chodesh. It's 14 months. Amar Rabbi Yishmael gesagt that when do we say that you need the 18 months or the 12 months or 14 months? I'm sorry, is Bizdei Lavan. That's a field of Tvua. Aval Bizdei Ilan, but in a field which has trees and has different fruits. So then it goes according to what you do. Klak Sananda. Kona says Tvuasa. He brings in the wine into the gat where they make wine, the grapes into the wine, which was in the field. So that's one, considered as 1 year.
Is wheat, not wine.
Yeah, but sometimes he asked that kasha on the bottom. But sometimes tfu is also called wine also. Yeah, I'll give you the pasuk if I find it. 1 second. Is the pre? And Hana says tvasai is 12. Here, the pasuk is pen took the shamaleya hazer asher tizel utvuas hakerem. So he calls it tvu kerem. Umasik hasesa, picking off the olives from the tree. The Kana says kaitze, and bringing in the dried figs that he put out in the field. He gets rid of the pits. He brings it into his house. And this is much less than 40 months even. So that's when the Rabbi Yishmael said that when I said 18 months, it was talking about by Sada Beis Hashlachin or right. But if you're talking about Asada Lovin, a Tfudikefel, but if it's a Stay Elon, then we go according to three different times that you were kindness. If you were kindness the wine, your kindness the olives. The olives you take off the trees, and you bring in the figs into your house. That's enough to make a chazaka. I've heard from the people who came from Usha, meaning that they were exiled into Usha. The Chachmei Sanhedrin were running from city to city, and they ran from Yavna to Usha. So he heard from those of Holchei Usha that they would say, from where do we learn now that a chazaka is 3 years? So they answered, Meshoyer Hamud, from Asher Hamud. Ma Asher Hamud, just like Asher Hamud, Kiva Shanagach Sholosh Negiches.
3 times.
Once it goes 3 times, nothing like Mecheskes Tom. Become Le Becheskes Muad, it goes out of the get of a Tam, which the din is the Tam, the first 1, 2, even the third time that it goes, it only pays Chatzi Nezek, but the third time it becomes already a Muad. And then, if it goes to the next time, it'll pay Nezek Shalom. So, but when does it become the name Muad? After the third time. So become Lebecheses Muad. Hachanami, so too here. Kivan the Achlash Tashnin, since he had eaten for 3 years, Nafik Le Mershus HaMeicha, it went out of the Rishus of the Marakama, the Salah Lechadiyah, the Kaimelav Rishus HaLekeach. And now it changes into the Rishus, and now it's in the Rishus of Lekeach. Frag the Gemara, you're learning out from Shor. Ima Shor HaMuad, Ad Negich Revi is Loi Mechayev. A Shor HaMuad. When does he pay Nezek Shalom? By the 4th time. Okay, Hachanami. So too here by the field, it should go out from the Rishus from the Meicha to Loi Keach. At Shana Ravi is Loi Kaima. Till the 4th year, it's not yet the Rishus in the Rishus Loi Keach. Only after the 4th time. It's then das Atzugleichnish. Is this then a comparison? Hasim by the Shor. Already. After the 3rd negicha, he's already a muad. Now, what's happening? You want to be mechayim as a muad. As a muad, he didn't do a yeda hezik to pay him.
He didn't do 4 times.
He didn't do it 4 times. He's a muad, you're right. But in order to be chayiv as a muad, he has to do a hezik a 4 times. Hacha, over here, we're not talking about he has to do something. Here, just like there, he was already called a muad after the 3rd time. There, you want to make him pay, so he has to do a negich as a muad. But here, keeping the achlash plashni, he ate 3 years. It's already in his rishus. So the fact that Gemara, so the elamiato chazaka she'in imotaina tehevi chazaka. Why does it have to come with a taina? We said he has the taina that he bought it. And then he could say, V'hodaya, that I bought it. I'm here 3 years. Where's my shtar? I lost it. It's 3 years already. But if he wouldn't say that I bought it, then it's not a chazaka. Just like by Shei Amud, did he have to say the Amud right after the 3rd time? It changes the shus ba'etzim. So what does it have to do with tainas there? Says the Gemara, time of my. What is the whole reason that the Chazaka of Sholish Shanim helps? That it should belong to the current person. The Amrinam, because we say, Dilma Kidika'ama, maybe it's like he's saying that he bought it. Hashta'i Laitani are not litin lay. But if he's not tining that he bought it, are we going to tine it for him? But Etzem, he's saying really, if he's not saying he bought it, he's really being made there, belongs to the previous guy. So why would the Chazaka help? It's like he's being made there. I'm just here. What do you mean you're just here 3 years? It's mine. It's not yours. You're being made there. It belonged to the original guy. By you saying you bought it, and then you're saying where's my star? I lost it. It's okay. So that we can tine this. And then we're not going to go tine for him. That's for sure. I mean, he has to say. Maskala Rabavida is the kasha elamiato. I mean now, machash lebefanav leitem macha. We know that if you want to protest about it, you know somebody's in your field, so and your karka, your house is in America, and somebody's there, he's living there. Let's say he's living there for a year. You want to be meicha, you want to make sure he's not going to. So you don't have to come to America. In Eretz Yisrael, you get to say in front of two Eidim, ich bin meicha, that mensch was left my shtub in America, and that's enough. So l'cheira, why? It should be dunya de shayr hamuid. Similar to Shayr Hamuid. Ma Shayr Hamuid, before Binan. By Shayr Hamuid, you warn the owner of the Shayr. It's a neigen event zweitmal, and now it's the third time it's Hamuid. So here also, it shouldn't be. It should have to be in front of the guy who's sitting in your karka. You shouldn't be able to do it in front of two Adam in Hicksville. And the mother Hassam there's Exes HaKasavel. Huid Bevolov. There it says that they should. You have to warn the Bailam. Siv. But over here, Chavra Islay. He says, here's Exes HaKasav. It says Huid Bevolov. And not only that, you want to be in the chai the money not to pay. That it's a whole different gather. You're saying you fell into a new category in taxes. If you do a damage now, you pay the whole thing. Here, we're not talking about being mechayiv somebody. We're telling him, you claim it's your house. I'm making a protest. Make sure you hold on to your star and don't lose it. Yeah, it's fine. Make sure you hold on to your star. That's why I'm protesting. I'm helping you out. So that we can rely on, on our WhatsApp. Shikta WhatsApp. Get the whole world knows. No WhatsApp. That's what he said. So according to Ameya that says, Richik negichosav chayiv, kirim negichosav like kol shekeh. Ameya holds if the negichos were on 3 separate days, he becomes a mu'id. That means the nature of this animal is a nakchen. So how much more so if it was even in one day, if it was one after another, for sure he's a nachon. Azay al Tameya says the Gemara, according to Tameya, acholot lasa peir b'chad yema kigoy teina. If somebody ate 3 peiros in one day, for instance, he ate a fig, lahav chazaka zol sverna chazaka. He's asking. Because just like the nature, he can become from tam to a mu'id in one day. If you want to compare it to shayr, he should become the shayr mu'id. The Rabbanan argue. They say no. It could be. He says only chap dashtus in that day, and he was meshugah that day. So it's not considered. It's not. It's can ashtus can reingehen in a behema. You're right. It's nicht as a vet amud. Amud darf sein. The morgen is allemal anachem. Whenever you see him, he's a meshugana. It's like you were in suburban bungalow colony.
What?
You were in suburban bungalow colony in the country. Papa Louis. No, Papa Louis. No, suburban.
No.
Michal was there. Avram Aaron was there. It was years ago. So Moshe wanted to use the pool. So he went on the tree, and the women were swimming, and he was throwing apples on it. But we had the owner was a Gitta Meshuggah. It wasn't just Nichtas Beirut Shtus. He was always Meshuggah. So we said we're going to call Papa Louis. He says he doesn't care about Nachal's apples. They call Papa Louis. Papa Louis comes to the tree. He says, "Ma'ishaleh, give it up. Ebnish, give it off." He ran down the tree. Matzah minas mina. Papa Louis, you don't stop it. He ran down the tree and he ran. So I'm saying Papa Louis was like not on just nichnas by ruch shtus. It was every day like that. Yeah, that was the normal. So lechera, if you ate 3 peiros, you can eat a teina. Not all teinas ripen in the same time. You have some that ripen in the morning, in the afternoon, at night. So you can have 3 different figs. So you should become a muid. According to Rab Meir, Rab Meir says if it's next to each other, for sure he's a nakchen. The nature is a nakchen. Says you want to do me the shayamud. It still has to be similar to shayamud. Ma shayamud beidna is like hanagicha leisel hanagicha. At the time when the animals did this nagicha, the first one, the second one didn't exist. When he made the second one, the first one didn't exist. But over here, beidna hacha nami beidna the lai peda less lai peda. Here it has to be when he's eating this first peda, the second peda that he's going to eat in the afternoon doesn't exist. Well, that's not true. All the pedas exist, just doesn't ripen until a little bit later. So he says you don't have that's not a similarity.
But here,
They're here. All the 3 tainas are here. Says you want how about achla tlasa peda, mitlasa yemek again slav. He ate 3 pedas in 3 different days, like tzlav. It's called camber. Oh, it's a certain vegetable, camber something.
It was been 3.
So there, it comes out. It's very tiny, and when you see one, the other one you don't see. It's so tiny you can't see it till later, till a day later. So he says here you have one, and the other one you don't see. So and it's in 3 days. You could eat these little pedas in 3 different days. Levi chazaka. So in such a case, let it be a chazaka. Says the Gemara, Hasam peda mi isay. Even though you don't see when you're looking at the first one, it's still there. It's tiny, but still there. Umigma hudagakama ve'azal. It's just constantly ripening and becoming bigger and bigger. But the peda is there. In fact, Gemara, how about achla tlasa peda b'tlasa yene? He ate 3 pedas in 30 days. Kigain aspasta. Aspasta is a food that they give the animals to eat, and it grows in 30 days. But when you cut it, you can have it right after 10 days a little bit of a growth. Already. So instead of waiting 30 days for the full growth, every 10 days, gita shnaita, and he cuts it down, right? And he gives the animals to eat, and then it grows again 10 days. And in 1 month, you have 3 times of aspasta. So l'cheira, that should be chazaka. Says the Yimana hechidami. How did he have aspasta in 30 days? The kadiach v'achola, that it grows a little bit, right? And then he gives the animals to eat a little, and then again it grows a little bit, gives the animals to eat. So he says that's not considered a real chazaka. Chazaka means when you have a full ripe peda 3 times that it ate 3 times. Here he never let it get ripe. He waited till it grew a little bit and he gave it and he fed it to the animals. So the Gemara, in fact, aspasta is 30 days to full fruit. So let us have 3 fruits, meaning 3 aspastas, in every 30 days, right? So it's 90 days, right? In 3 months. Now you can't have any tinus. It's full aspasta. You're going to aspasta. Let it be a good chazaka. Who are the people, who are the Dayanim, the Sanhedrin that you're referring to, went to Usha? Rabbi Yishmael. It was Rabbi Yishmael. Rabbi Yishmael, according to Rabbi Yishmael, aspasta in 90 days, in 3 months, would be a chazaka. It's not. That we learned in the Mishnah. Rabbi Yishmael Omer, when do we say that you need 18 months, according to Rabbi Yishmael, Bezdei halavan, only if it was a tfurdika field. Aval bezdei ilan, if it was, like we said in the Mishnah, if it's a tree field, kana says tvasei, all he has to do is bring in his wine into the field to press out the grapes into wine. Umasika zesa, by the zesa he only has to pick it off the tree. The kana says kaitzei, or to bring in the dried figs from the field into his house. These are considered as a chazaka of 3 years. So according to Rabbi Yishmael, aspasta in 3 months would be a chazaka. But according to Rabbanan that you need full 3 years.
Yeah, how do you compare?
So what did they? What's the mucker for a full 3 years? Where's the mucker for that? Rav Yosef, because he doesn't learn out from a Shei Amud that after 3 times it doesn't have to be full 3 years. Rabbanan hold you need full 3 years. Rav Yosef Kruxik. It says in the pasuk by Yirmiyah, Sodeis by Kesef Yiknu v'Chosef v'Sefer v'Chosef. By Yirmiyah, he said we're going to go to Golis in 2 years. Buy fields now. Right, get the deed, get people to sign it. Machashtar that you bought it, because you're not going to have a chazaka. You're going to be there the 10th and 11th year.
Only 2 years.
Only 2 years. Sharei Hanavi Oimed Bish Esa. The Navi was standing in the 10th year, telling the Nevius to Malchus Tzikiyahu, Umazer ala Achas Esa. He was warning about the end of the 11th year. In the beginning of the 10th, he was warning you're going to be the 10th, 11th, and at the end you're going to be sent out to Golis. So write out, buy fields now. We need these fields that when we come back, we should own these properties and these fields. But make sure you write up a star with Adam on it. So that's mashma. Why did he make them write a star? Because they were only going to be there 2 years. If they would be there 3 years, it would be chazaka. Abai said back, Dilma Hasamek said, maybe he's coming to tell them good advice. That buy fields, he's just telling them nice thing. Property, yeah. Real estate is king, yeah. Not here, but okay. Because if you're not going to say he meant advice, look what he says further. He says when you guys are now in Golus, he says you're already in Golus. You're not coming back. You're not going back for 70 years. So I'm telling you, listen to me. Benu batim, v'shevu, build houses, settle, v'natu ganis, plant gardens, v'ach ichles piryan, and eat the fruits. So my comment, what was he saying there? For what was he saying it? Eitz Teva Kamashmalan. He was obviously telling them Eitz Teva. He says, Yirmiyah wanted to notify them, listen, you're not going so fast to Eretz Yisrael. Here, Yirmiyah Bikish Leidi Lagoylin. Yirmiyah wanted to notify those that are in Golos. Don't have hopes that you're going to be returning right away to Eretz Yisrael. And therefore, this is what Rashi is saying. Yesh lahem livneis batim bebavel. Build yourselves houses in Bavel. Settle over there. 70 years they're going to be there. In Bavel. Right at the beginning, when they came to Bavel, they thought, oh, we're going to get back to Eretz Yisrael. He says, no.
How long were they in Bavel?
70 years. So he says, I'm telling you, don't
stay.
build yourselves houses, make yourself gardens, eat the fruits. It's not happening so fast. So obviously he was coming to tell them good advice. So to here we could say that he came to tell them Eitz Teva. And Teda Raya, he was telling them Eitz Teva because Yirmiyah told them, listen, the Siv, it says by those that wrote the studies, he told them to buy before they leave. They should buy land and have studies. You know what he told them to do with the studies? Place it in earthenware. So it should be preserved for many years. So later on, shouldn't rot. So when you come back to Eretz Yisrael, you'll still have the studies to prove that you own the land.
You got to find out where you bury it.
Okay, I mean, okay. So I'm just saying from here, this Gemara, we'll finish the blot. Every blot is going to take. It's going to be very short. Just over here, we know there's a machlekes that when you say a bash baruch Geshem, right? So you have to, if it's within the 30 days and you're not sure if you said bash baruch Geshem, you have to say it over. But what's if the Maram in Rottenburg said you should say it 90 times and that's it? And there. Just say Mashvaruch Meirageshem 90 mo, and if you say it 90 times, then even if it's in the 30 days, you don't have to say it over.
That's what he says.
But then the Abed Peretz says, no way, no, doesn't make sense. He says that it doesn't help. You have to wait 30 days. That means 30 days you have to say it in the 30 days there are 3 tefillas. Why 90 times? You have Shachas Mincha Ma'ariv, So in order to make up 30 days 3 times a day is 90. So what's the machlekes? Machlekes from our Gemara. That's what they're fighting about. What's the inyan of a shoyer tam becomes a shoyer muad? That he says that if they're 3 times, it becomes natural that the animal is a muad. So to us, mevet eingeveined, if the 90 times, so now we're not going to forget. Rabbeinu Peretz says no. It's not that the nature changed. That he after the 3rd time he was negeich again is a siman as almo given a muad. So you can't bring a raya from here that his nature changed. If you learn taka like Marian Rottenberg, that if the if the 3 times you change your nature changed the muad. So now you changed by saying 90 times you change, so you don't have to say but according to Rabbeinu Peretz, he says no, it's only a raya that he was always a nakra.